Time now for Chip's Corner this weekend with AgriTalk host Chip Flory. Chip, we did receive some news late in the week last Friday about E15 year-round in certain Western states, the Trump administration making an announcement. Give us an update and really when we will see this impact the ethanol market.
Yeah, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin made that announcement, and that was a good news because it's the 8 Midwest states. The governors have been pushing for it. I had an opportunity to talk with the president and CEO of the Renewable Fuels Association, Jeff Cooper, last week. And Jeff said that, listen, if Congress doesn't make E15 available year-round across the entire country by this summer, that it looks like the Trump administration and Lee Zeldin is in favor of making an emergency declaration and making E15 available for this summer. So that's really good news. API, the American Petroleum Institute, is in favor of doing that. So things are moving right along. Where things are not moving right along is on things like 45Z. I asked Jeff Cooper about that. Here's what he had to say.
There are certain pieces of the Inflation Reduction Act, 45Z being one of those, that do have broad bipartisan support. And there are a number of Republicans, probably 24 Republicans in the House, that are actively advocating for maintaining, and not just maintaining, but also improving and extending some of those key tax credits like 45Z in these discussions around reform and budget reconciliation and the future of tax policies.
Yeah, the future of tax policies. The one big bill passed the House, and it is moving right along. So lots of progress to make.
Well, I'm going to borrow the words from you because you said a lot of farmers right now feel like 45Z is just a fairy tale.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
No, not according to Cooper. Cooper said that there is still a focus, and when you've got the bipartisan support like 45Z does have, it seems like Zeldin at EPA is willing to listen. And as long as he's willing to listen, there's a pretty compelling case for moving forward with some of the 45Z credits.
Well, speaking of EPA, Lee Zeldin, we actually had exclusive conversation with Secretary Brooke Rollins on Thursday, and she talked about Zeldin as her buddy. So it seems like those two are close. It'll be interesting to see if the EPA and USDA are lockstep in some of these decisions. But Chip, also something interesting that was reported this week, and we talked about it in the roundtables, but Bloomberg reporting that Southwest Airlines is cutting jobs in its sustainable aviation fuel operations and working to sell a renewables company. That exactly is what Bloomberg is reporting at this time. So Chip, I mean, you think about Southwest Airlines, it seems like they're abandoning renewable fuels. Is E15, is that easy button? Is that the quick pathway to more ethanol demand?
E15 is the easy button. I don't think there's any question about that. We talked with Jordan Fife from BioUrgia on the show this last week, and he said, listen, we've got sustainable aviation fuel, we've got renewable diesel, and we've got year-round availability of E15. The retailers like Flying J and Pilot are making E15 available exclusively, taking E10 off the pumps and making E15 available. So when we start to hear stories like that, Jordan feels like there's a lot of momentum behind E15 out there across the countryside right now.
Chip, corn demand's actually been pretty good when you look at export markets and things like that. I keep hearing from market analysts that we really need to find demand in soybeans. So too bad there's not an easy button for soybeans right now.
I wish there was, but that renewable diesel push is still happening. We just need to see if the administration is going to support that or not. There's been a lot of speculation that when we went from the Biden administration to the Trump administration, that these green fuel initiatives would just go away. So far, Lee Zeldin is keeping those initiatives on the table.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how those play out. Chip Flory, host of AgriTalk. You can catch him twice a day, every day for AgriTalk AM as well as AgriTalk PM. All right, when we come back, we are traveling the American countryside for the story of an American patriot. That's next.